All right, boys and girls, we're going to go ahead and get started with math. The first thing that we're going to talk about is some flash frames, or some 10 frames flash. First, I want you to look at this 10 frame. Do you see how we have these squares? We call this a 10 frame. That's because we have 10 boxes. Now look at these circles. Do we see a circle in every box? No. How many circles do you see? Now look, we could 1, 2, 3 count them out, but I can tell pretty quick because if it's all but one there, how many are there? Brantley?
9.
9. 10 frames are really easy to see the numbers quickly because I can tell my first row is 5, my second row is 5, so I'm able to quickly see how many green circles I have. Now look at this next question. How much does 9 need to make 10? Now look, that's pretty easy because I can see I have one blank square. So how many more circles would I need till I had a full set of 10? Micah?
1.
I would just need 1. You're right. And remember last week we also talked about those number pairs. 9 and 1 make 10. Those are friends of 10. So we see that here because 9 plus 1 equals 10. Good job. Could you tell me this same problem, but in a subtraction sentence? So we just did 9 plus 1 equals 10. How could I make this a subtraction sentence? Peyton?
So you have 9 and you take away 1. It's still 9.
You're right, but if I started with 10, I want to use the same addition sentence that I just used, this, and I want to make this fact a subtraction sentence. So remember, 9 plus 1 equals 10 is 10's my total, and if I'm subtracting, then total will be first. Aiden?
You have
10?
10. Take away 1.
Take away 1 equals 9. You got it, Aiden. 10 minus 1 equals 9, or 10 minus 9 equals 1. You got it. Now let's try this one. How much is this?
8.
8. This is 8. How much does 8 need until it has 10? Emil, keep your mask up, okay? Emil, how much does 8 need until I have 10?
9.
How much does it need? Like when we have 8, how many more do I need until I have all 10? You see how many blanks I have?
11.
You want to help them out, London? How many, look at the squares. How many do I need until I have all 10? 2. You said, Emil? I have 2 blank squares, so I need 2 more circles until I have all 10. I need 2. Can you tell me the addition sentence, Emil? I started with 8. I need 2. So what would the addition sentence look like for that? Start with 8 plus what?
9.
Plus 2. And if I had 8, and then I got the 2, what would be the total, the answer? 10. 8 plus 2 is 10. If I made this a subtraction sentence, how could I do that, Micah? 10 minus 2 is 8, or 10 minus 8 is 2. How many do I have now? Keep your mask up. Anna?
2.
I have 2. Brantley, how many more do I need until I have all 10?
8.
I need 8. Hey, we just did that one. We just did one where we had 8 and we needed 2. Now we have 2 and we need 8. It's the same number, friends, to 10. So we have 2 and we need 8. So, London, what would that addition sentence look like? 2. 2 plus 8 equals? 2 plus 8 equals 10. You got it. Peyton, how would I make this a subtraction sentence?
So you have 10 and you take away 2 is 8.
Good job. 10, take away 2, and then I still have 8. Or I could do 10, take away 8, and then I have 2. Great job. Gorgeous, how many is this?
5.
5. I have 5. So what does 5 need until I have 10? Emil?
8.
5 plus, so how many blanks do you count?
5
5. So 5 plus,
equals 10.
yes, 5 needs 5 to make 10. So my addition sentence will look like this. 5 plus 5 equals 10. Now, Aiden, how can I make this a subtraction sentence?
So you have 5.
Have 10?
And then you take away 5. That's 5.
Yes. Take away, have 10, take away 5, and then I end up with 5. You got it. How many do I have this time, Micah?
7.
I have 7. I start with 7. How many does 7 need until it has 10? Brantley?
3.
It needs 3. Okay? So then what would the addition sentence look like? I have 7. I need 3 to make 10. So what would that addition sentence look like? Peyton?
So 3 more.
Mm-hmm. Can you say the whole sentence? You got it.
So you have 5 and you have 2 more. And
We have
then
7, remember?
Yeah, and you have 7, and you have 3 more.
Add 3 more. So
And
7
then you have 10.
plus 3 equals 10.
7
You
plus
got
10
it.
equals 10.
The subtraction sentence, same thing.
10
We
plus
start
3
with
is
10,
7.
start with our total.
10
Minus 7 equals 3,
3.
or 10 minus 3 equals 7. How many do you see this time, Anna?
3.
3. What does 3 need until it has 10? Aiden?
7.
7. It needs. Uh-oh. So if I make a sentence, it would be the same thing. 7 plus, you can say it. 7 plus, or I guess we would start with 3. 3 plus 7 equals 10. Good job. Okay, let's do one more. How many do you see this time? Aiden?
7.
Try again.
6.
6. How many does 6 need, Brantley, to make 10?
4.
It needs 4. So my addition sentence, what would that look like? 6, you can say it.
6 minus.
Let's do plus first. Let's do our addition sentence first. 6 plus, what do we need? 4 equals
10.
10. You got it. Okay, I'm going to go ahead. Ooh, actually, let's do this one. How many do we have this time? How many do you see, Emil?
10.
10. Does 10 need any more to become 10?
No.
So what would this addition sentence look like? 10 plus what, Anna?
0.
10 plus 0 equals 10. Good job. What about this? How many do we have, Emil?
0.
0. How many does 0 need to get 10? Gorgeous?
5. 5 plus 5 equals 10.
Well, let's start. If we start with 0, we need how many to make 10? We need all 10. So again, it's 0 plus 10 equals 10. Good job. All right. You're getting pretty good at your 10 frames. The next thing that I want to do is I'm going to teach you how to do a say 10 way. We're going to look at numbers, and we're going to read them the normal way, which is what you already know. And then I'm going to teach you another way to read the numbers. Put your markers down, okay? We're not there yet. I'm going to teach you another way to say the numbers, and we call it the say 10 way. Okay? So if I say 10, 2, you say 10 plus 2 equals 12. Look at the number 12. This is the tens place. So I could say that this is a 10 and a 2 because that's what 12 is. It's 10 plus 2. Okay? So look, 13 would be 10, 3, or 1, 10, 3 equals 13. Okay? Look at this. 10, 5. You say out loud, what would 10, 5 be? What number is that? You say it out loud.
15.
15. 10, 5 is 15. Or 10 plus 5 is 15. Look at this. 14. 14. How would we do that the say 10 way? We could say 110 or 10 and then what number? You can say 4. So 10, 4 or 10 plus 4. What about this? 10, 6. 16. 10 plus 6 is 16. 17. You say 10, 7. 10 plus 7 is 17. What about this number? You say it. 10, 5. 15. Or, Aiden, you had it? 10 plus 5 is 15. Ooh, tricky one. 11.
11 plus.
You can say it.
11.
Not 11, 1. 10
11.
and 1. So let's try together. 11. Say 10 way. 10, 1. 10 plus 1 is 11. What would this be? 10, 8. You say, oops. 18. 10 plus 8 is 1. Remember what this one is? 10, 1. 11. 10 plus 1 is 11. Let's fill in the number bond. We're going to complete this number bond. Now these number bonds look a little different than what I just showed you. But can I borrow this?
Sure.
Number bonds can be seen like this, where the total is on top, but they can also be seen like this. It's okay that if it's sideways. How do we know which one is the total if it's sideways? Can you still tell?
You can just go like this.
Do you see the 3?
Yeah.
Is this the total? Yes or no?
No.
Is this the total?
No.
Is this the total?
Yes.
How do you know?
Because the total goes down.
Yep, they're both connected. You see how the total is connected to both?
Yes, 'cause it's
That's
down.
because these two parts combined will be the total. So on this Nearpod, these number bonds are sideways, but we can still tell which one is the total. Which is the total? The 10, the 4, or the one we haven't found yet? The 10. And that's the case with all of these. So we're going to use our friends to 10 to help us figure out what we need to add to one of the parts to get 10. So think about it. You can also think about it like how we just did those 10 frames. And you don't have to draw this. I'm just drawing it very quickly.
Can I do it?
1, 2, 3, 4. So if I have 4, like here, what does 4 need to make 10? London? What does 4, wait, did you say 5? Almost. There's a blank here too. So not 5, but what? 6. 4 needs 6 to make 10. It's also okay to use your fingers if we still don't know our friends to 10 yet. Because look, you have 10 fingers, right? So if I hold up 4, the ones that you're not holding up are the ones that you need. So if I have 4, I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more until I reach 10.
How do you erase?
Use your eraser
I'm
tool.
trying to erase.
Right here.
Ew. Okay, I did not know that.
That's okay. Okay, so what about 10 and 5? If one of my parts is 5, what does 5 need to make 10? Aiden? Yeah, 5 needs 5. Okay, so I'm helping you right now. So if I'm writing it on the board, you're writing it on your screen or on your page. Did you have a pencil? Did you have a pencil? Okay, use the pencil to fill out this.
Over
We're not
there.
using the green sheet right
Mine
now.
needs to be sharpened.
Okay, we'll just get another pencil.
Yeah, it's
Do
over
you
there.
have a pencil on your desk?
Over here? Yes. Yes. Right, I mean, not right there. Right there. Here, bud. I'll help. Okay, thanks.
You were supposed to fill this out with us. Okay. Oh, can you go get a pencil from that pink bucket? pencil. Can you go get a pencil from that bucket? And you're gonna solve this with us, okay? Okay. Let's try another one. 10 is my total. 6 is one of my parts. You figure out and write down what the other part is. You already got it?
It's so instructive.
Okay, great. Micah, have you solved it yet? What did you get? 4. And I can test it, because does 4 plus 6 equal 10? Yeah, look, I've actually already done it.
Oh, okay.
See? 4 and 6 is 10. 6 and 4 is 10.
Oh, sweet.
7, what does 7 need to make 10? Gorgeous?
3.
3. And test it out. You can even count your fingers.
No.
Does 7 and 3, and look, I'm writing a plus sign. You don't have to write a plus sign. In fact, normally in number bonds we don't. I'm just writing a plus sign to help us remember my 2 parts can be added together to earn or to equal the whole. So 7, 8, 9, 10, yes. 7 and 3 make 10. All right, so I just gave you your exit ticket. Last week we talked about number bonds. I want to see if you remember what we talked about number bonds. I have these 2 circles on the bottom and they're both connecting to a circle on the top. Do you remember what we call the number on top? Hayden, do you remember?
The big number.
It is like the big number. Micah, do you remember?
The whole.
The whole number. There's 2 words that we can call it. We can call it the whole number or we can call it the total number. So this big number is like the total number. Do you remember what we call these 2 numbers? Anna, you remember? The parts. Every time we do a number bond, we should be able to add the 2 parts together to get the whole number. So we're going to practice by putting some numbers into the number bond. Now you're not going to do the dry erase right now. You're going to do the one on the pencil, okay? Does everyone have a pencil for their paper? If not, just you don't have to say anything. Just go grab one if you don't have one. I have 9 plus 1. Well, first let's go ahead and answer these questions. Oh, I know 9 plus 1 because those are my friends to 10. Brantley, what's 9 plus 1?
10.
10. Now look, now it's asking 1 plus 9. Micah, is my answer going to change?
No.
No, it's still 10. But look at this one now. Now it's asking me 10 minus 1. Is my answer going to change?
No, it's 9.
It's going to change this time from 10. So now I've got 10 minus 1. Let's go ahead and fill out this number bond. That might help us with our subtraction. One of the parts is 9. One of the other parts is 1. So let's fill in the parts. It doesn't matter which one goes where. I'm just going to put 1 in this one and 9 in this one. Just make sure you leave the top blank because that's where our total's going. So on your paper, in that number bond, one of the parts is 9. The other part is 1. Now if you wanted to write it like this, 9 in this one and 1 in this one, that works too. Just like 9 plus 1 is 10, 1 plus 9 is 10. It doesn't matter which part goes where, but it does matter where our total goes or where our whole number goes. What's going in our whole number, gorgeous? 10. Now 10 is the big number, like you said, Peyton. The biggest number is always our total or is always our whole, even in a subtraction problem. So if I have this one, 10 minus 9, 10 minus 9, oh, excuse me,
1.
10 minus 1, I said it backwards. 10 minus 1, so 10 minus 1 is
It's 9.
9. I can kind of use that number bond to help me with the subtraction.
And then
Or 10 minus 9 is
1.
1.
It's easy.
Good job. Now let's look at this one. 4 plus 6. Now I'll tell you right now, 4 and 6 are your parts because you're looking for this total. So I can write 4 in this one, 6 in this one, and my total will be what? Emil? What's my total going to be? Almost. Almost. 4 plus 6 would give me what? 4 plus 6. Oops. 4 plus 6 give me. Those are number friends to 10. So 4 and 6 give me 10. So my total will be 10. If you chose to do 6 in this one and 4 in this one, that's fine too, because they're parts. They can be switched. But the total 10 has to be on top. So Aiden, what am I going to put for 4 plus 6? Say it again.
4 plus 6
is what? What's the total? What did we just say the total was? 10.
10.
Well, Peyton, what about 6 plus 4? Do I get a different answer? 10. Now I've got a subtraction problem.
4.
So I can use my number bond to help me out. 10 minus 6 is, you can say it, 4.
And 10
Make sure you're filling this out with me, okay?
10 plus 4 is...
And then 10 minus
6.
4 is?
It's 6.
6.
It's easy.
Good
It's already
job.
did it.
Okay? Make sure those number bonds are filled out. Any addition or subtraction problem can be used in a number bond. So I can always fill out a number bond when I'm doing an addition problem or a subtraction problem. In fact, whenever you take your test, it's going to want you to put numbers in a number bond. And it does matter which numbers go where. That total has to be on top, and the two parts have to be in those connecting to the top.
Do you know what are these under one line?
Yeah, we're going to do those two. Then it's just asking, number 2 says to solve. This is where it might get tricky. If you go too fast, it is easy to make a mistake. Okay? So let's look at the first one. This says 2a. It says 10 plus 5 equals. Hey, we did a bunch of those. What does that equal, Emil? 10 and 5 give me 10 and 5. Remember the say 10 way? 10 and 5 give me 10 and 5 give me 15. 10 and 5 give me 15. Because look, 1 10, 5 ones. So if I said it the say 10 way, it would be 10 5 or 1 10 5. Look at this one. If I go too fast, I might think this is asking me 13 plus 10. And I might say 13 plus 10, or if I add another 10, that would be 23. But that is not what it's asking. Look at what it is asking. It says 13 equals 10 plus blank. So if I were to put this in the number bond, now you can get your dry erase markers out. Let's put this in the number bond with your dry erase markers. 13 is the total because it's saying 13 right here is my answer. 13 equals, so where should 13 go in my number bond? Up at the top because it's my total. And then it has 10 plus blank. So what are my parts? Do I know my parts, gorgeous? I know one of them. What's one of my parts? 10. Now look, I have 13 as my total and 10 is one of my parts. If I am ever missing the total, like this, 4 plus 6 equals 10, I'm looking for the total. But if I start with the total, like 13, it's not addition anymore. What is it? Subtraction.
Mine doesn't roll.
Okay, that's why I was trying to get y'all to test them before we started. wants you to say 10 plus 3 will give me 13. And then I've got this one, 10 plus 8. And I'll put this in the number bond too. Go ahead and erase with your paper towel.
Okay.
And let's put this in the number bond too. 10 plus 8. Do I have my total yet?
Nope.
No, I'm solving for the total. See, 10 plus 8. So do I know my parts, Micah?
Yes. Yes.
What are my parts?
10.
10 and 8. 10 plus 8 will give me my total. What's my total, London? 18. 10 plus 8 will give me